cell lines in culture. Okay. They're amazing. Another thing is that they compared, they expanded their research, including 6 hepatoma cancer cells, and 4 lung cancer cells, and 4 gastric cancer cells. And it shows here in this slide. And they found a total killing in 6 days on this cancer cell in culture, in 6 days, except 1 lung cancer cell type, lung cancer 1. And they expanded their research, comparing it to 6 of the chemo agents that we're using now. The carcinogen xanthone was compared to Taxol, to metoxantrone, to methotrexate, to cisplatinum, to 5-FU, and vincristine. And they found in their observation that the carcinogen E is more potent than 5 of the chemo agents, except Taxol. I'm not saying, and I never recommend to patients to deviate from the standard allopathic management of cancer, surgical, chemo, and radiation, but instead complementing the mangosteen juice. Because it's just a food. It doesn't hurt them anyway. And that's the way I did it in my practice, sharing it with my cancer patients. And I found beneficial benefits by attenuating the side effects of the chemo radiation. And they also heal faster, surgical, post-surgical ones. So, now, this is an interesting issue of the Fortune. This was in March of last year. And it says, why we're losing the war on cancer and how to win it. And it says in this issue, we're losing especially on those 4 cancers that I mentioned, 4 major cancers that I mentioned, is because research has been focused on trying to find drugs that will shrink the cancer tumor when it's already present. That will shrink when it's already present. And that's good. That's good. But we know that cancer do not start as a tumor right away. It starts as dysplastic changes in the cell, mutation, free radical damage, and then pretty soon it reaches a certain stage whereby it becomes a tumor, and then it doubles up, and then there's the cancer. So it says here, why not also focus on prevention, finding a way to prevent these dysplastic changes. So what we have now, antioxidant, anti-inflammatory. Isn't that amazing? So I leave it to your imagination. Now, 2003, they also found it to be effective in human leukemia cells. It renders apoptosis, and this study was in Japan. Now, apoptosis, you probably heard those, some of you have heard those apoptosis, what it is, what it means. I didn't know what it meant either. But just rendering the cancer cell into suicide mode. Because they kill himself. So that, you can use that. You can see, I wish you apoptosize yourself if you don't like someone. They'll never know what you meant, but you could be smiling when you're saying that. Now, 2004. I'm very impressed with this study because it was a study whereby the researcher in Thailand, in Bangkok, Mahidol University, went to the marketplace and bought baskets of this mangosteen fruit. And of course, they ate the fruit and preserved the pericarp, and then they did the same thing. They did a methanol extract. They grinded it, they did a methanol extract, and then they took some biopsies on their patient that were already confirmed to have breast cancer, about 3 different kinds of breast cancer. And then they subjected these biopsy cells into this culture. There's about 3 kinds of breast cancer. And their observation was that it stopped the growth of the cancer cell, it directly killed the cancer cell, and it induced apoptosis as well. Now you know about apoptosis now.
Interesting.
So, isn't that impressive? How many people do we know that have breast cancer or strong family history of breast cancer? I mean, wouldn't you want to share this juice? Okay, now 2004, we're kind of winding down. What? 2004, this study was recent at the medical school in Okinawa, whereby what they did was to try to find